Good morning, children. Sairam. Children, here I am presenting the second presentation of physics chapter refraction of light. And today we will learn about the refraction of light which is passing through rectangular glass slab. It's a practical activity. Here I am showing you the diagram of an experiment. What we are taking here, we are taking a rectangular glass slab here. Okay. And when we are taking this rectangular glass slab, we are passing the light ray from air to glass and then again into air. So what is happening here? The light is moving from air to glass and from air to glass to air. So in this way, here you will be learning what happens when light moves from rarer to denser medium and then again from denser to rarer medium. This you will learn here. So in this case, a light ray, we are having a light ray. This is our light ray IO. This is our light ray IO. It incidents on the border of glass slab. And as we are knowing, whenever a light moves from rarer to denser medium glass, then it bends towards the normal. So here refraction is taking place. Now it is moving here in glass, and now after this refraction of light, we are having in this first case we are having angle I and angle R, and if you are comparing these two angles, angle I will be greater than angle R. Now in second step, the light ray is passing from denser glass to rarer into air. So what will happen? This you have learned earlier, that whenever a light ray is passing from denser to rarer medium, it goes away from the normal. And here in this case, our angle I will be smaller than angle R. Children, here this angle R, earlier we were taking this as angle R, but this angle is not known as angle of refraction. It is known as angle of emergence, because the light ray was coming from air. It was coming from air, and again at last the light ray is emerging into the same medium, air. So this angle is known as angle of emergence. Now if you are comparing this figure, now we can see what is the actual path of light. It always move in a straight path, but in our case, because of refraction, it bends. So there is some displacement. This is the displacement which is occurring here. This displacement from the original path to the actual path, this is known as lateral displacement. And this ray which is coming out from the glass after refraction, this ray is known as emergent ray. Okay. So this you will be doing in practical activity also. Now we are having another topic. I am giving the same points, same terms which you have learnt in the previous diagram. The terms having definitions of lateral displacement. Lateral displacement, it is the perpendicular distance between the original path of the incident ray and the emergent ray coming out of the glass slab is called lateral displacement. Angle of emergence, which is represented by E. The angle which the emergent ray makes with the normal is called the angle of emergence. It is denoted by E. Now children, here you will be learning about the various effects of refraction. If refraction is taking place, what type of changes we can see around us? So first one, I am showing you this effect with the help of diagram also. A stick held obliquely and partly immersed in water appears to be bent at the water surface. Can you see this figure here? In this figure, if we are placing a pencil, if we are keeping a pencil in water, then what is happening at the boundary? You can see at the boundary, earlier the pencil was straight, but as it is reaching in another medium, water, it is showing bending of light, and this is called refraction. So you can also do this activity at home. You just try this activity at home and find out whether it is happening or not. Now, the second effect is an object under water appears to be raised. Okay, the object is kept here. It is at the bottom. But when we are seeing it, then it will appear to be raised from its actual position. It is also due to refraction. Third is a lemon kept in water in a glass tumbler appears to be bigger than its actual size when viewed from the side. Children, this I think you all have seen this when you're going out for lemon soda and other things. Then you have seen they are keeping lemon inside glasses or inside bottles. Then you, if you're comparing the normal size of lemon, in that glass, inside that glass, the lemon appears bigger. So this is also due to the refraction of light. Now children, we are having the next topic as laws of refraction of light. There are two laws of refraction of light. The first law is the incident ray, refracted ray and the normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. Second law is the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is constant for a given pair of media. Or we can say sin I upon sin r is equals to constant. This second law of refraction of light, it is also known as Snell's law. Now children, this constant which you have written earlier, which you have seen earlier, sin I upon sin r, this constant is known as refractive index and it is denoted by n. It gives an indication of the light bending ability of that medium. So we can write down the refractive index formula as refractive index is equals to sin I upon sin r. If you are knowing the values of angle I and angle R, then you can find out refractive index by using this formula. In this figure you can see, if I am showing you the first and second law, what the first law is saying, that incident ray, normal and refracted ray all lie on the same plane. This is the plane where they are lying. And second law is saying that sine of angle I and sine of angle R, this is giving you constant value for a given media. For example, if I am taking first medium as air and second medium as glass, then whenever I am finding the ratio between sin I or upon sin R for air to glass, then it will be always constant. Its value will be fixed always. Now on the basis of speed of light in different media, we are having another formula for refractive index. That is speed of light in medium 1 upon speed of light in medium 2. Medium 1 can be any medium and medium 2 can be also any medium. Now refractive index depends on the nature of material of medium and on the wavelength of light used. It means if we are using different materials like air, glass, water, as these mediums are different, so refractive index will be different for them. A substance having higher refractive index is denser medium. Means if you are knowing the refractive index of any substance, then you can find out whether it is denser medium or rarer medium. And a substance having lower refractive index, it will be considered as rarer medium. Now children, if numericals, sometimes refractive index is written in this form. So how to read this? N means refractive index. It means refractive index when light ray moves from glass to water. How to read it? Refractive index when light moves from glass to water. So in this case, how to write down formula for refractive index? It will be first medium, here we are having first medium as glass, second medium as water. So our formula will be speed of light in glass upon speed of light in water. And if we want to find out, suppose we want to find out from glass to water. If we want to find out from glass to water and we are knowing the refractive index from water to glass, then they will be reciprocal to each other. Now after that, I'm giving you home assignment again. Questions are: what is mean by refractive index? State Snell's law. What do you mean by lateral displacement? And what is the relationship between the angle of incidence and the angle of refraction? Thank you, Sairam children.